Hey Vicky, this is for you. This is your session, and today I wanted to talk to you some about the good oils and the bad oils. There is a book that the author Catherine, she's a doctor. She has done a lot of research about good oils and bad oils, and then also one of my mentors, her husband is a doctor, and he also has done a lot of research. This is something that I've personally been working on over the last couple of years to kind of learn and experiment and see how much of a difference that oils make in your diet, in my diet, and how it affects weight loss. I really want to encourage you to look at what oils you are eating, what oils your food has been cooked in. Was it cooked in butter? Was it cooked in vegetable oil? Is it a mystery? You're not sure what kind of oil was used because you're eating it from a restaurant. Like we were talking the other day about Longhorn and how you and your daughter split a meal from Longhorn, and you weren't sure. We weren't talking about the oils at that point, but I wondered, I was thinking, I wondered what oils those foods were cooked in, like the salmon, sweet potato, broccoli. So, of course, the sweet potato is probably steamed or microwaved. Same thing with the broccoli. And then that just leaves the salmon. So even when foods are cooked on the flat top grills at restaurants, a lot of times they will use an oil, so the food doesn't stick to the flat top. So I have just noticed that cutting back on eating out has really helped. It's made a big difference. And just taking my own food, eating from home, even when I'm going out, um, to a gathering of some kind, eating before I go eat out so that I'm not eating out as much, or I can make better choices, eat lighter. Like most places serve salad or fresh fruit. And then also, speaking of salad, looking at your salad dressing. If you make your own vinegar and oil salad dressing or like balsamic vinaigrette, then you can control what kind of oils are in that. Or if ranch is your favorite, you can take an egg and a cup of avocado oil, which is one of the healthy oils. Olive oil is the most healthy, avocado is the next healthiest. And so when you're making ranch, you don't really want that to taste like, olive oil and have that olive oil taste to it. So avocado oil is a really great oil to make ranch with. So you just put an egg in the bottom of a jar, and you can use an immersion blender, and you have the recipe for this. We've talked about it before. And just pulse it, cover up the egg with the immersion blender and pulse it, and it turns into mayonnaise. So that is amazing. That is an amazing, it's so easy. And then you can take that homemade mayonnaise and combine it with, do a half cup of the mayonnaise and a half cup of the sour cream and light sour cream, and mix those together, and then use fresh dill. Um, well, I like to get the freeze dried dill. It's like it's fresh, but it's been freeze dried, and they sell that at Walmart, or you probably could order it. So I'll show you a picture of that. I'll include a picture of that when I send you this video. Um, and then you can do fresh garlic. You could just get the jarred fresh garlic and do the equivalent of one clove and some pink salt. You could even do a little pepper if you want. I don't usually put pepper, but my son Joe likes pepper. It just depends on if you want it really creamy or if you want a little bit of spice. Another way that then you just blend that all, mix it with a spoon, and you can let it chill for 30 minutes, or you can just go ahead and eat it right away. But it is going to meld more if you let it chill for at least a half hour. Um, And you can make that be kind of a spicy ranch, a zesty sauce by adding a little bit of like hot sauce, buffalo hot sauce to it. Um, you don't have to add a whole lot, but that'll turn it into like a zesty sauce. So that those are some things that you could tweak, look at this week to see, okay, what do I want to, what can I change? What kind of oils are is my food being cooked with? And of course, the more that you can grill something, steam it, um, bake it, cook it even in the microwave, then it's whole. It's like a whole food, and you can either use butter, avocado oil, or olive oil. And olive oil actually helps reverse the damage from bad oils. It'll break down the buildup that is inside of your arteries and reverse bad cholesterol. So, olive oil is a really great oil to use. Butter is even better, but of course, that's going to be high calorie. Olive oil is still high calorie. So, we're just using these things sparingly, um, but your body needs good oils because your brain is made of fat. So we're not overly limiting fat, especially if you are keeping your carbs on the lower side, your protein high, um, and you're eating good carbs. When you do eat your carbs, you want them to be like fruits and vegetables, um, even quinoa, chia seeds, carbs coming from nuts like almonds, so that you've got a protein carb combination in your food. Because a lot of bodybuilders, when they focus on building muscle, they're trying to balance their carbs with their proteins. So, an equal amount is ideal because they balance each other out. So, we're not trying to eliminate carbs like on Atkins or keto diet. We're not doing that. We're just trying to make sure that your carbs are really nutritionally packed. Um, and at the same time, like rice, for example, you're not eating a cup of rice, you're trying to do like a third a cup so that you get a lower but good amount of carbs, and you get that for energy, and they're complex. So you're not just doing straight white rice, do basmati rice or brown rice. I love the basmati myself because it is recommended when you're on an anti-parasitic diet. And that's something that we'll talk about as well, but not today. Today we're just focusing on oils. So I would love to hear about your trip and how it went. And it sounds like you guys just had a wonderful time. And so I will send you this video. And if you want to hop on at a different time, since you weren't able to hop on here live with me today, we can do that. Love you, Vicki.